Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or probably welcome. I know I've did one other video before and it's just about my tattoos, so I thought I'll make another and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so my name's Natalie and I'm going to tell you about my favourite foundation. So the most obvious thing is you will be able to see that I am super pale. I live in Scotland. We don't get a lot of sun. I don't sit in the sun even when I do. I don't tan, it just kind of reflects off me. And the usual kind of places when I'm on holiday, I go a bit red around here and then back to pasty white. So it doesn't bother me, I'm quite happy being pale. So it seems to bother other people at times, but I'm happy with it. And finding pale skin foundations can be quite hard. The market's so much better now than it was, say, 5 years ago. A lot of the kind of brands that you'd see in Boots, Superdrug and things like that, all the shades used to be kind of more orange on my skin tone. So I've always went for the kind of higher end foundations just because it's best for my colour match. When I was like, I started wearing makeup when I was about 14 or 15. I never really bothered with foundation at all. I used to just go for the like heavy black eyeliner with a bit of mascara, but mostly the eyeliner. And it looked awful, but that was the wee kind of emo phase, so that was fine, and that lasted for a good few years. And then I started wearing foundation. My first ever foundation, it was actually a wee bit kind of bougie. It was the Benefit Play Stick, if anyone remembers that, and I think it's discontinued now. And I remember anything I pressed my face on, I'd look at my hand and it'd be white. It just used to come off. It wasn't the best, but I loved it. It was super full coverage. If I put it down with a powder, it might have worked, but at the time I didn't think. So just before we start, for anyone that's wondering, I have kind of dry skin, especially in the winter when it's cold. I get it kind of around my nose, around this kind of section, around my cheeks, bottoms of my cheeks, and I just use either Liz Earle. I'm obsessed with her cleansing polish. I've used it for a long time. And I use a La Roche-Posay face cream. It's really thick, and I use the Kiehl's Ultra Cleansing Balm, which is a face cream, and it's super hydrating. I usually put it on at night. It's not really a daytime kind of moisturiser. So, kicking it off, first and foremost, my favourite foundation rather, and it has been since 2010, is the Double Wear Estee Lauder foundation. So I am shade 1N1 Ivory Nude, and this is a perfect shade for me. I think the lightest in this one might be, I know it used to be Ecru, or I know it might be Bone. It's either one of them, or it used to be years ago, but I just love this foundation. Anyone that has tried this will know you put it on and it doesn't move. You have to kind of blend quickly because it dries quite fast, but it is just the best coverage. And yeah, that's like my everyday foundation. I remember it used to be a lot cheaper. It used to be 20 something pounds. Now I believe it's 32.50, but everyday, yeah, perfect. I love it. Kind of along the same lines as the Estee Lauder Double Wear is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum cover. So this is actually more full coverage than just the normal Double Wear, and I love this foundation. It's a nice kind of feeling on the skin, so let's see if I can mix it a little bit. So that's how it looks, and that's Ivory Nude as well that I've got in that. It's just a more kind of, it's easier to blend than the Double Wear. It doesn't dry as fast. It feels kind of velvety, silky on the skin. And it's just a really good foundation. So if I'm going out for a long night out, I would use this one, just because it's going to last a wee bit longer and it looks more flawless on the skin. I don't like applying this with a brush. If you use a damp beauty blender, then it sits perfectly. It just kind of melts into the skin, and it gives a really nice finish. So yeah, that is one of my favourites. This one is the Illamasqua Skin Base foundation, and I am shade, what shade am I? Shade 3, which is, it starts at shade 1. I think they've actually got a 0 as well, which is white. So if you've got a foundation that's a wee bit darker for you, you can add that in to the mix and it'll lighten it up. But that's a really good foundation as well. You'll see that all the foundations that I like are full coverage. Not that I really need it, I just like it. And yeah, perfect foundation. I'll show you a wee bit of this as well. I actually need a new one of these. So that's the way it looks there. That's on the skin. That's quite easy to blend as well. It doesn't dry too fast, or I certainly don't think it does, and it just sits really nice on my skin as well. So yeah, I would recommend that to anyone that's looking. If you're wondering what kind of colour you are, if you're a similar shade to me, see a wee bit better there. I don't have any lights or anything, I'm just using the natural daylight outside, but if you're a similar kind of shade to me, I've got rosy cheeks that kind of show and some freckles, and I'm shade 3. But yeah, so the next foundation I like, I don't have any left, but I really enjoyed this foundation, is the Magic Foundation by Charlotte Tilbury. It was just a really nice foundation on the skin. I don't know if I would say it was full coverage. I think it was more of a medium on me. I don't know if it claims to be a full coverage foundation, but it was definitely more medium on me, so I'd use this going to work. It still covers everything that I need it to cover, and I'm in shade 2, Fair Pale. There we go. And there was issues around this foundation, and quite rightly so. Obviously, if a brand's bringing out a cosmetic range, they have to make sure to cater for all different skin tones. It's only fair and it's only right. And it is Tarte, their Shape Tape foundation. They had so many different colours for people with pale skin, and there was like 3 or 4 shades for a darker complexion, which is just terrible. A brand like Tarte, when they're bringing out a foundation shade, they shouldn't be even bringing it out if they've only got that amount of shade. So it's not fair for people that really wanted the foundation and just couldn't have it. I got the foundation a wee while ago. I've still got quite a bit in it. It's a good foundation. It's actually pretty full coverage on my skin, and if you like the Shape Tape concealer, then you'll like this because it's just the same applicator, only bigger, and I really like this for putting on my foundation. It was super easy, and I like the smell of it. It's kind of chemicals, but no, it's nice. I like it. So yeah, that's a really good foundation as well, even though I don't really like saying it. And I use that quite often. It's a wee bit dark for my skin, so I mix it in with a foundation that I've got that's a wee bit lighter, and it sits really nice. It's more kind of got a dewy finish to the skin. Same with the Charlotte Tilbury, I would say. Whereas other foundations that I use are kind of matte, and even though a lot of people might say, well, you've got dry skin, why are you using a matte foundation? My skin isn't that dry, it's just at certain times of the year it does get a wee bit drier than normal, but apart from that my skin's pretty good. I've never really had spots or anything, breakouts when I was growing up, so I've been kind of lucky, but I've always looked after my skin. My gran always told me from a young age, showed me all the kind of moisturisers and things that she used, and she doesn't have an ink on her face, so I'm following her advice. But yeah, that's a really good foundation. I really like it, and the way it sits on the skin. This is one that I got fairly recently, but it is so good and it is super cheap. It's a Maybelline foundation. It's the 24-hour full coverage foundation. I have not did the test of 24 hours of it, or I don't even know if I've worn it on a night out and fell asleep. Then I maybe have. I've certainly did it with my double wear, and I can tell you I've woke up and it stays in place. So stay in place foundation, I'd agree actually. But this one, I just really like the finish on the skin as well. Let's see how it looks. Oh, a wee bit too much, Natalie. There we go, and that is shade. Do these kind of foundations tell you a shade actually? I don't know, not a clue what shade I am. Maybe I've peeled it off. But that foundation is really good if you're looking for a full coverage foundation. that's going to last all day, possibly up to 24 hours, don't know, then that is a really good foundation to start with. So I would recommend that, and they've got a really good shade range, that foundation. I'm sure it's a wee bit kind of on the orangey undertoned, but again, it doesn't look bad. Once you've got like your bronzer or whatnot on your face, then it actually looks really nice. So I would recommend that. I think that was like £8 as well, so definitely worth the money. And last but not least, this is one of my newest ones. I am obsessed with this. It's the BareMinerals Bare Pro foundation, and it's Performance Wear Liquid Foundation in shade 02 Ivory, and it is beautiful. I love the finish on the skin. It's a pump applicator for anyone that prefers that. There we go, I've got like 20 foundations on this hand, so it won't look as good, but you can kind of see that. It just sits really nicely, really easy to blend, and they've got a good shade range as well for that. So obviously if you're using any of these foundations, the BareMinerals is a pump, the Maybelline is a pump as well, the Charlotte Tilbury is a pump too, the Tarte, can't speak, the Tarte Shape Tape is the normal kind of Shape Tape concealer applicator, Illamasqua is just the wee kind of squeeze top, as is the Double Wear Maximum, and Estee Lauder is in the bottle, but I have one here where I got the Estee Lauder pump for it. So years ago I used to use a MAC pump with it, and then I tried it recently and it didn't work, but it turns out that Estee Lauder has made their own wee pumps now. Oh my god, I need to clean that. And it's just easier to get out the bottle. So yeah, these are my foundations I love and would recommend for anyone that's got pale skin, looking for a full coverage foundation, more on the matte side, some are more on the kind of hydrating glowy side slightly. The NARS Radiant Glow foundation is really good as well. My friend uses that and it sits beautifully on her skin, and she's super pale. I think she actually gets the lightest shade in that, but it's really nice. So yeah, hopefully this helped anyone that's looking for a pale skin foundation on the full coverage side. I would really like to know what your favourite foundation is so I can give it a try. I'm always open to trying new foundations. I buy too much makeup. Half of my foundations are like full because I just go, oh, I want that as well, put it in the collection, and then I forget about it because I'm usually sticking to this one. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, then just ask, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, bye.